Okay, this is just a quick screen recording of what you'll see when you start to install Snow Leopard. So double click that, Mac OS X install, opens the installer. Actually, before I install it, I would like to see what sort of optional installs they have. Yeah, it looks pretty basic. It's just I think it's just Xcode. Nothing to worry about really. Instructions. Obviously, I've got that in physical form as well. But yeah, so that's about it. You can actually change the size. Look, woo! Good to go. Yes, that's me. All right. Install. Click continue. Agree. I'd like to install it on that. Yes, install. Right, I think I might have to stop the recording here because I don't know how it's going to pan out. But that's just what will happen when you decide to install. Okay, that was just the end of the install video thing. I'm sorry I couldn't capture it earlier. Quick time. Before I knew what was happening, I just literally walked into it on restarting. And I was a bit late with the screen recording. However, doesn't matter. Yeah, everything's trying to open up, but obviously to try and go back to the state it was when I left it before I started install. So obviously these things were open, but obviously they were closed. So yeah, thank you. Back up your computer, browse your files with CoverFlow, email in style, chat with effects and backdrops, organize your work, continue. There you go, Snow Leopard. The proper version, I'll just clear that up. Version 10.6, build 10A 432, which is the one I was trying to say earlier. There you go. That's it. That's my serial number. Yeah, that is Mac OS X at long last. So, yeah. Indeed. Right, I shall probably be back in a sec. This might actually be part of the review, so I might just cut this bit. But you know, it might come up on YouTube Webcam 9000. Today I wanted to give you a review of the final version of Snow Leopard. Many of you may know that I had the developer version for quite some time, and obviously I did a few videos on that, just giving you a little taste of what was to come in the final version. But now we have the final version, I would really like to give you a proper review of Snow Leopard. I'll be giving my views at the end of what I think, and if I think that you should go out and buy it if you haven't already. Okay, first thing I want to talk about is spaces. When you change spaces in Leopard, you would see the traditional sort of little black box with the four squares inside it. You'd see an arrow, and then the white blob would obviously move, but you wouldn't see it move. They've changed that ever so slightly. As we can see here, it moves along with us. So anywhere we go, it goes as well, which is quite nice. But other than that, there is no real change to changing around in spaces. Obviously, we've still got our sort of spaces like that. When you hover over one, you know, it's exactly the same principle, really. Okay, so the first main difference about Snow Leopard compared to Leopard is the new expose feature. So here I have my YouTube channel. Obviously, you know, it's me. That was the unboxing yesterday. So yeah. Now, traditionally in Leopard, if you were to hit the expose button, it would pan everything out onto one screen, so you could see everything. But it was a nice feature, you know. There was nothing really wrong with it, except that everything was sort of scattered about in different places, and occasionally you couldn't see things as clearly as you probably would have liked to have done. So they've definitely changed that here, and now everything spreads out equally, and you can see things individually. And of course, if you can't see anything clearly, then you just hover over it and press spacebar, and it pops up so you can see like a full version. If you press spacebar again, it goes back, and you can do that with every single one. I found something out when I was messing about with this. If you move your mouse over to the next one, you know there's no need to even press spacebar to minimize one. It's quite a nice little feature. if you are in a space and you have expose activated, if you have a window minimized, it will appear down here. There is a faint line right about there, and your minimized window will appear here. You can do exactly the same thing there. You can go up and down like that, and then of course if you press it, it pops up out. So that is quite a nice little touch. And there you go, it spaces it out again. They're all equal distances in a sort of grid format, if you will. Now I'd like to talk about dock expose. So this is basically obviously exactly the same as expose, but you can activate it via your dock. So if you hold down Safari, that now shows me both windows I have open. That is actually open in space 1. So it's showing you the application in any space, so it can be anywhere. If you have lots of spaces activated, it will show you them from anywhere. Obviously if you click it, then it will go straight to that window. Going back to dock expose here, obviously you got that. Normally a lot of people would just sort of give up and go back to that, and if they didn't if they didn't need to press it, or if they want to go to something else. So say I wanted to go from Safari then to Mail, you don't actually have to do that. As you can see, there's like a little spotlight on Mail. So if you go over to the next one, it sort of highlights Safari. So if I click Safari, I then switch to the dock expose of Safari, and obviously Finder, which is quite nifty. There you go. So yeah, that is that.